Hey guys, so it's been getting kind of hot and dry out here on us lately. I thought I'd kind of give you a little update on how we adjust for when it gets dry like this. I've mentioned in some other videos that with our adaptive style of grazing, we're able to be resilient and adapt to different weather conditions, whether that's heat or drought or cold or snow, heavy rains, mud, whatever it might be. We're able to kind of work with it and adjust our patterns a little bit. So I thought I'd kind of describe what we do when it does get hot like this and get dry on us. And if you picture the farm as kind of a checkerboard or a game board, the goal is when you graze the first square of your game board or first paddock of your pastures, with the first rotation around, you want to go all the way around your game board as your first rotation. When you come back around to the start, you want that first square, that first section to be fully recovered and ready to graze again. So when we're normally in the spring, we're getting consistent rain and seasonal temperatures, the grass is going to grow fairly fast. So we're going to move fast. We want to get around that game board in time to graze that first square again when it's ready to graze and not when it's overly mature and headed out like some of this grass is behind me here. As things get dry and hot, the grass growth is going to slow down. So that means our movement is going to slow down. So we're going to give less of an area each day, but we're buying ourselves time ahead of us so that by the time we come all the way back around, if it stays dry like this, then that first square that we grazed is going to be fully recovered and ready to graze. So that's our flexibility with this rotational grazing. This white wire you see behind me, this is our poly wire. So this is just a temporary fence that we can build it anywhere we want to. So we can adjust our stocking rate and our density and things like that, and the time that we're grazing each section of grass and the frequency that we move and things like that to really adjust and adapt to the conditions, whether it's heat, drought, rain, cold, snow, whatever it is. So that's just a little bit about what we're doing out here. We're slowing down on the rotation. We're still moving them once a day. We got a few new ones in here, so once they get a little bit more trained up on the program, if it stays dry like this, we'll probably start moving 2 or 3 times a day. We want to get some of these seed heads that you see behind me. They don't always eat all of that seed head, so we want to get that trampled into the ground because those stems will continue to suck up moisture and nutrients out of the ground, and we want that moisture and nutrients to go into a nice new vegetative, nutritious grass blade rather than a stem like that. So as we condense them, we can adjust with that as well. But the main thing is, like I said, picturing our farm as a checkerboard or a game board. We want that first square to be ready for us when we come back around. If we graze too fast in dry conditions like this, we'll get all the way back around and that first square is not ready for us. And that's where you get into overgrazing, and that's where we'll really damage our pastures. So it's just a little bit about how the science, I guess, of this adaptive grazing works.